For over a century, British administrators justified their colonial rule over the Indian subcontinent with a specific historical claim. They argued that the region lacked a sophisticated ancient history of its own, requiring outside intervention to become truly civilized. In the 1920s, archaeologists digging in the dust of the Punjab region found something that broke that narrative completely. They uncovered the Indus Valley Civilization. This map compares the geographic spread of the ancient world. You can see Egypt located here and Mesopotamia here. But the Indus Valley Civilization dwarfed them both, stretching thousands of miles across present-day India and Pakistan. When humans cluster by the thousands in a tight geographic space, biology becomes a severe threat. High-density living immediately creates massive existential challenges involving disease transmission and waste management. The Harappans solved this density problem 4.5 millennia ago. Long before the Romans, they engineered the world's first smart cities, using nothing but mud, fire, and gravity. This master grid of a Harappan city features main streets intersecting at 90-degree angles, optimizing traffic and channeling cooling winds. Planners divided the space, an elevated western citadel for the ruling class and an eastern lower town housing the general population. While contemporary ancient empires were building with fragile, sun-dried mud, the Harappans mass-produced standardized kiln-burnt bricks. These uniform building blocks allowed them to construct tight, resilient walls that have survived for thousands of years. We can see the peak of this masonry in the Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro. To keep the water contained, builders lined the floor and outer walls with bitumen, a naturally occurring tar, making the entire brick basin completely waterproof. Finding this exact same architectural precision across sites thousands of miles apart points to a highly organized central authority, one that directed its resources entirely toward practical infrastructure. The greatest engineering achievement of the Indus Valley lies entirely out of sight, buried directly beneath the streets. This cross-section shows a Harappan home's waste disposal. Wastewater traveled down vertical wall pipes into a street sewer trench. To prevent backups, they installed sediment traps. Heavy solid waste dropped to the bottom, allowing liquid to flow freely toward the city limits. Archaeologists have mapped these physical remains extensively. The street drains were precisely angled to maintain water velocity, and they were capped with tightly fitted stone covers to seal away odors and bacteria. Those stone covers could be easily lifted, so municipal workers could clear out the sediment traps. It is the exact same maintenance process modern city planners and sanitation crews use today to keep our own urban environments habitable. By prioritizing clean water and waste removal over monumental vanity projects, the Harappans effectively invented the concept of municipal public health. Around 1900 BCE, India's first urbanization began to unravel. The scientific consensus points to a combination of environmental disasters. Shifting tectonic plates caused massive earthquakes, climate change altered the monsoon patterns, and vital waterways like the Saraswati River completely dried up. The dense grid cities were eventually abandoned, the population scattered back into the countryside to resume rural village living. It would take another 1,500 years before the Indian subcontinent saw large cities again, in what historians call the second urbanization. When you look across these vast brick ruins today, there is a striking anomaly. Archaeologists have never found a single massive central temple, nor have they unearthed any giant palaces built for an all-powerful ruler. The Indus Valley Civilization leaves us with a compelling idea. Perhaps the ultimate measure of an advanced society isn't found in the height of its monuments or the sheer size of its palaces. Perhaps it is simply how well it engineers the everyday health, safety, and well-being of its citizens.